Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger and my friends. Evo Vegas 2026 is right around the corner. In fact, it's this week. It starts Friday. It's not too far from now. And if you happen to be at Evo Vegas, hey, don't be afraid to say hi. I'll be doing a bunch of unofficial and official stuff this year, which we're sort of last minute figuring out. So we'll see. Nothing to announce just yet. And of course, there's going to be all sorts of great matches, all sorts of great competition. But one of the fun things about Evo, we all got to admit it, it's the announcements. We love being marketed to. And Evo Prime is where, the biggest announcements are going to be. And so what are we going to get? Well, we actually have a very good idea. Some things are a bit more speculatory, but some things, thanks to a schedule that was just posted, can give us a pretty good idea of what's actually going on site. So lots of things to talk about. So I guess let's start with a real eye-opener on that list. So on the Friday, the opening day of Evo, basically the first thing we're going to get is apparently something for Dead or Alive. DOA 6 last round's been a little bit of a mystery. They have not really been talking much about it. And for Dead or Alive 7, we don't know anything other than the fact it exists in that initial opening trailer. Now at Evo Japan, they had a moment for Dead or Alive, and it was, let's call it underwhelming. And I think they know that it had to have been received that way, so hopefully there's going to be something of value here. Something to get people excited. Like maybe is it a new Dead or Alive 7 trailer? I don't know about that, but maybe something of substance for Dead or Alive 6 last round, like say DLC. Even though the launch of last round's right around the corner, we actually don't know much other than like they're touching up some of the graphics. But they did promise things like new characters. So maybe some returning favorites from Dead or Alive 5 like Leon. Or maybe all new characters. That would actually be lovely. And hey, maybe we do get a Dead or Alive 7 trailer as well. Who knows? All I know is this is the moment. This is where you gotta wow people. Dead or Alive's last at-bat at Evo Japan was not terribly well received, so we gotta razzle-dazzle people here. Win some hearts and minds. Whatever it is, tune in. It's the first day of Evo. It's right away, so it should be interesting, hopefully. Also, day one of Evo on the official stream here, we got a Fatal Fury showcase. So we all know Kenshiro comes out this month. There's not much of the month left. So expect like immediately after whatever this is, then they're going to be like, yeah, he's out Monday or something like that. SNK loves pulling their tricks of like, oh, hey, here's the thing. Oh, by the way, it's out like right after this. Kenshiro very likely to be among one of those, but they always show up in a pretty big way. SNK always loves dropping bombs. And I know they got a lot of fun things in development. So yeah, there's going to be something with Kenshiro assuredly, and Kenshiro looks really cool. Like the initial trailer was a little but then we start seeing the gameplay and oh, okay, this guy is an MFer. He looks savage. But expect SNK to pull something SNK and we'll get something fun out of this, I'm very sure. Maybe they'll go crazy and say, yeah, after Kenshiro, just another 6 straight months of DLC. We already got 2 of them, right? So don't act like it's impossible. SNK is crazy enough to do it. Here's hoping. Now, how about Capcom? People are always hoping for really big things for Capcom, although realistically, I don't know if we're gonna get much. So we have Yasmin, and Yasmin will be out in August, not too far from now, and she will be playable at Evo. That said, though, maybe don't expect tons of footage. Capcom usually kind of bars people taking footage on site. Like say at Evo Japan, there was no footage allowed of Ingrid. At last year's Evo Vegas, Sagat was playable, and you could play him. You could just walk up and play him, but no direct capture footage or even like handheld foam footage was allowed of him. So if you want to see more Yasmin, you might have to go play her yourself at Evo. But okay, what big sick announcements? They'll have something, assuredly. Like, that'd be a little bit of a risk not to have something, but I don't know if it'll be that big. Like maybe a little teaser for Arjun, who would be our next character. I've seen some people hope against hope that like, oh, secret trailer for Vega, and Vega's a free DLC character. Haha, got everyone. He'll be tied into the movie somehow. I don't know about that. Don't get me wrong, I would love it, right? But like, I don't know. But, or maybe a little shadow drop Capcom versus SNK 3, Marvel versus Capcom 4. Nothing's impossible. But for Capcom, whatever we get, I'm going to err. It's going to be more on the smaller side of things. Because like right now, just with how things are scheduled for Street Fighter 6, they kind of shown what's up for the near future, and everything else is kind of in the far future. What about our pals over at Avatar Legends? Well, funnily enough, I think it's a safe bet to expect something. For one, the game comes out not too much longer after EVO, so like, there is that. And secondly, Friday night, day one of EVO, there will be an Avatar Legends panel on site. Now, what will be discussed at the panel? Who knows? But, we know there's quite a few other characters that have not been shown off yet. We haven't seen Ozai, we haven't seen Zahir, we haven't seen the dedicated Avatar-only versions of Korra and Aang. And especially in recent memory with Azula, with Kyoshi, these characters get weird and crazy. Like, think how unique everyone already is so far, and how many more characters we got to go, and like, we can get a lot more crazy gameplay yet. Very safe to say, expect some new goodies. This is one I personally am very much looking forward to. What about Bandai Namco? So, big to do, hey, we got the Baki the Grappler guest character. Very big deal, but that's further in the future. What about the more immediate future? Well, Bob is our summer DLC character, so I think it's fair to say we'll probably get a trailer for Bob at some point. Kind of excited, like I really want to see what Bob looks like in Tekken 8. I think he can look really cool, so here's hoping. But I've seen the chat online, a lot of people want a certain tale told again. A tale of souls and swords, eternally retold. Is it time? I've talked about it in the past on the channel. I think it's inevitable. I think this is going to happen no matter what. There's too much money to be made just to leave this franchise on ice. But is it time now? Maybe not just yet. Tekken 8's fortune is sort of being on the more negative side of things lately, I think there's a lot of incentive for Bandai Namco to reach back into the past, and we've had some hints that things might be happening. We've talked about that in other videos. Bandai Namco is making another fighting game. That's just known. That's open. Just, is it Soul Calibur? And say, even if it is it ready yet? Maybe not. Interest in 3D fighting games is very high again, funnily enough. Who could make a 3D fighting game these days? You might be surprised. But for Bandai Namco right now, yeah, Bob for Tekken, that seems likely. Anything else would be lovely, but we'll have to wait and see. And hey, speaking of 3D fighting games, let's talk Virtua Fighter. Will Virtua Fighter 6, Virtua Fighter Crossroads, I guess I should say, be at EVO? Yeah, I think that's a very safe bet. After Summer Game Fest, the year-long dry spell is over. We're actually seeing the game. We know it's launching next year. So now's the time to get the marketing cycle going. And what better place for fighting game marketing than at EVO? In fact, the game producer Richiro Yamada basically all but guarantees it. I follow his Twitter. When he does the cute little, oh, I can't say face, that basically means, oh yeah, no, this is a guarantee. We're doing it. Now, will it be like a giant gameplay exhibition blowout? I don't know about that exactly. Don't get me wrong, that's exactly what I want. But now that we've shown the game, maybe a character trailer, right? And we'll get a character trailer at EVO. We'll get a character trailer like every couple months now. Like, it'd be a regular thing versus the literal nothing we've been used to. But yeah, so Virtua Fighter Crossroads will be at EVO in some form, some shape. We just got to see how it takes. Character trailer expected, but anything beyond that is just a big bonus in my books. What about Invincible Versus? So we know we got some upcoming DLC characters. We have Universa and we have Immortal. And Universa looks very interesting because she can play with the game rules in ways other characters can't by like draining people's meters. That's really interesting. So Friday continues to be a jam-packed day because Invincible Versus is going to have a showcase with Universa and Immortal. More than likely going into depth on the characters. Like Universa, now that we have the trailer, we got a little bit of an idea. And Immortal's still a very big maybe. Like, what is he going to do other than probably being like a living meme? And as always, panels are a nice way to announce things, so expect, hopefully, something there. And speaking of showcases, hey, how about some Arc System Works? Let's talk about first Marvel Tokon, because yes, there will be a Marvel Tokon showcase on site. Little bit of a pre-release tournament, and we're going to have a new build of new playable characters. Hopefully some of the characters you're looking at now, like Magneto, like Green Goblin, like Carnage, and we'll get more proper gameplay of those characters. And we still got that final trailer to go. So we have whatever the Ghost Rider team is going to be, and we do know for a fact it's Ghost Rider and 3 new unannounced characters. And I feel like, they're kind of hitting us from all angles. Like say even this trailer here. we sort of expected Carnage based on the hints. Green Goblin sort of came out of nowhere, and Magneto, well, there was the leak, right? So Magneto, maybe we had an idea. So going by that same leak, it's likely, although no guarantee, that Scarlet Witch might be part of the Ghost Rider team, but everyone else, who even knows? I guess we'll find out. Hopefully it's really cool. All these trailers have been hitting really hard. People are very, very excited for Marvel Tokon. Things are looking great. But that's just one game of many. You know, Arc System Works, they're in it to win it, right? So, hey, how about Guilty Gear Strive? It feels so long ago when Jam came out, and realistically, it's only been a few months, right? So, like, time flies is what I'm saying. But yeah, so Jam is only one character of Season 5. We got a lot more to go than just her. We got Robokai coming out summer, and 2 more. So Robokai, his trailer dropping sometime during EVO, I feel is a very, very safe bet. And of course, Arc System Works is also the publisher of other games like Under Night in Birth 2. There might be something there. I think there's a lot in the gas tank for Arc Sys. Both what we know and what we don't know. So I'm saying, you know, pay attention. There might be some fun stuff in the future. And please, 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 Blade on the Ghost Rider team. Now, what about 2XKO? So they had a really big month. Just putting out Senna, putting out Thresh. We got all these lovely pool party costumes a lot of people are enjoying. And obviously, there's lots more to come. In fact, on Friday, we actually have an official exhibition match. So look forward to that. Given that so much has come out recently, though, maybe not a lot, but still, there could be a hint of a character trailer. Riot's a little different. They usually sort of do things on their own clock. They don't always show up at, like, you know, community events for reveals, so bit of a wait and see, although I would love the next character to be revealed here. And FYI, just for those asking, no, I have not given up covering 2XKO, but the last few things like Senna and Thresh coming out, it all happened when I was not in Canada. I'm a one-person show, I'm the voice, I'm the editor, I'm the everything, so if I'm not home, it makes it real difficult to cover stuff, so just FYI. Although, that said, I am bringing my full kit with me to EVO, so don't worry, there'll be a bunch of goodies. And Netherrealm Studios. So I'm just bringing this up because I have been asked. Don't expect anything from Netherrealm. I'm not going to say 0% chance, but Netherrealm, like Mortal Kombat's bigger than just FGC in general, right? So they usually announce stuff at, say, you know, the big events, like, say, the Keeley events, like Summer Game Fest, the Game Awards. So if there is the next Mortal Kombat or Injustice or whatever game entry, it will very likely be at one of those rather than EVO. I personally am very excited for what Netherrealm is cooking up, but I just don't expect it's here. The one good thing, though, is they're always really good about the fact that whenever they do announce something, it always launches like within a year of the announcement. So we don't have to wait years and years like Virtua Fighter is what I'm trying to say. So something Netherrealm Studios, would love to be wrong, but I just don't think EVO is the place for it. And of course, it is EVO, so expect the unexpected. So maybe an indie game no one's really heard of has a great showing. We'll get a great gameplay footage. Maybe, you know, all new game announcements. Anything's possible, especially if you're a fighting game. EVO is the place to show it off. And maybe, and this is what I kind of always hope for, maybe one of the existing companies we always deal with here in the FGC does something a little bit weird. That's always fun. And like we posted the schedule here already. There's lots of interesting things just going on day one. You know, day one, who knows? Hey, maybe you'll even see me at one of those. Then again, maybe you won't. We're figuring out stuff last minute here. But that's day one. Day two schedule, like, there's probably going to be a lot of more fun stuff yet as well. Just they have not posted it yet. So basically, I'm trying to say is keep your eyes open. In a lot of ways, EVO is like fighting game Christmas. Because, like, we get all the great matches, all the great competition, and then, you know, all the great trailers, all the great, you know, reveals, all the stuff that just gets us really hype for everything coming up for the future. Rest assured, the last few years have been very bright. Very, very bright. And the next few years are gonna be bright too. Look forward to some fun stuff in the future. There's good times ahead. But yeah, again, I'll be on site at EVO Vegas this year. I'll do my best to give you all the news as it happens, so stay tuned to the channel for all the EVO Vegas 2026 coverage. If it's worth talking about, rest assured it will be covered here on the channel. But that said, my friends, that's it for me, and that's it for the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some fighting games.